Good afternoon, Bururu and my friends. I'm Eva Puspitasari. I would like to present about the article under the title Are Males and Females Still Portrayed Stereotypically? Visual Analysis of Gender into Hong Kong Primary English Language Textbook Series by Kai Chang Rubiang. And these are the parts of this PowerPoint. The first, I would like to explain about the introduction of this article, and then the second is research aim, and then continue by literature review and methodology results, and the last is conclusion. The first is introduction. From Scott, 1980, claims that books may have a considerable impact on children's attitude, values, and behaviors as children spend a great deal of time reading them at school. And the second is Gisela 2010 also claims that gender stereotypes which exist in textbooks may impact on children's affective and cognitive development. And the third, from Low and Chang 2004, argue that people's internalized views of gender stereotypes are formed by different socialization agents such as schools and other social cultural processes. And from Keresti 2009, suggests that gender-specific expectations, norms, and behaviors portrayed in textbook may contribute to social inequalities in the society. So that from this article, the purpose of this article is to examine how gender is represented in the visuals or illustrations, one of two English language textbook series used in most primary schools in Hong Kong. Then, the research question is, how are male and female characters represented in the selected illustrations of the analyzed English language textbook series in terms of hair length and clothing? Then, the literature review comes from Sunderland 2004 and 2006 that symbolic representations of a particular knowledge form of or subject operates and can be seen in spoken, written, and visual text, and gender representations are often based on stereotypes. And from Hamilton et al. 2006, in their analyzed Caldecott Award-winning books, found that female protagonists were more than 3 times more likely than males to be pictured performing nurturing and caring behaviors, and more female than male characters, 59% and 41% respectively, were found in indoor scenes. And from Jackson and Gee 2005, in analyzing illustrations in children's early readers used in New Zealand, found that there was not much change across 50 years, from 1952 to 2000, in the way male and female were represented, with boys being visually positioned mainly within a discourse of traditional masculinity as adventurers or sportsmen, despite the significant social change of the past 50 years. And you can read by yourself. And then the next is about methodology. Here, the researcher focused on analyzing selected visual of 2 English language textbook series that are used in most primary school in Hong Kong. So that the steps here The researcher first identified all the currently published English language textbook series available by referring to the list of recommended primary school textbooks in English published by the Education Bureau. And then the researcher identified English 8 different textbook series. Instead of analyzing all 8 textbook series, then decided to analyze 2 series which are used in most primary schools in Hong Kong. Then, the researchers sent out questionnaire to 53 primary schools selected by using a systematic sampling approach in which every 10th school on the list of the primary school profiles 2010 was chosen to find out which textbooks were used in the school or different grade level. Then, the method of the data analysis used in the present study is using visual analysis. 4 textbooks from the 2 textbook series were selected by systematic sampling. Every 5th book was selected from a list of 24 books, and then the 12 books from the whole series of Step Up and 12 from Primary Longman Express. At the end, the Step Up 3A and 5B and Primary Longman Express 2A and 4B were chosen. And the coding categories for visual analysis are the hair length of the male and female characters. It means that long and short, and the color of their clothing. And the researcher defined a person's hair as short if it is just reach the neck or above, and long if it is either tied up or at or below the shoulder. Some visuals were drawn in a way that made it difficult for me, the researcher, to determine the hair length and were excluded from the analysis. Then here, table 1, you can see there that this is the number of human males and females portrayed with long and short hair in the line drawing and photographs in the selected book of Step Up. So in this study, in both line drawings and photographs of the analyzed books of Step Up, and all the males were portrayed with short hair. Females, in contrast, were almost always illustrated with long hair. And then the number of human males and females with long or short hair in the line drawing and photographs in Primary Longman Express, you can see there that females were illustrated with long hair more often than short hair in the line drawings, and 109 tokens of the females were drawn with long hair, and 106 tokens were drawn with short hair. This is the example. And then here, the sex of non-human character is not as distinguishable by hair length as the human character. Rather, the non-human character were identified as female by their accessories. A bow note, clothing item, for example, handbag of Twinkle's mom, and or color, see the section of below. And non-human male character are also not distinguishable by hair length, but by their clothing. And among the 70 and 17 non-human female characters in Step Up and the Primary Long Man Express, respectively, 51 and 11 of them were drawn with a bow on their head. And here the result, the number of instances in which human males wear blue or pink in the selected book of Step Up and Primary Longman Express. In the selected book of Step Up, you can see that the 123 human males in the line drawings were drawn wearing blue, but only 13 wearing pink. In other words, slightly more than half were drawn wearing either blue or pink. No males illustrated in the photographs are wearing blue or pink. In the line drawings of the selected book of Primary Longman Express of the 315 human males, again less than half, 121, were portrayed wearing blue. Only 3 human males in Primary Longman for B, that is less than for about 1%, were drawn wearing pink. Of the 19 human males in the photographs of Primary Longman Express, it's about 15 are wearing blue, but none in pink. Like this. This is the number of instances in which human female were portrayed wearing dresses and trousers in the selected book of Step Up and Primary Longman Express. So beside from the color, and the researcher tried to explain by wearing dresses or trousers in book Step Up book and Primary Longman Express book. These are the example of the layout of the book. In the right side, the example of non-human male character in Step Up drawn wearing a shirt or trousers. For the left side, this is the example of non-human female character in Step Up drawn wearing dresses. Here also, the example of non-human female character in Primary Longman Express drawn wearing dresses. Then, the conclusion of this article is the results show that representations of females were more often portrayed having long hair rather than short hair, and wearing dresses rather than trousers in both line drawing and photographs. For the color of clothing, although blue and pink are generally considered masculine and feminine colors, respectively, less than half and only a small percentage of the human males and females were portrayed wearing blue and pink, respectively. For non-human character, again, color is not always reliable cue to their sex, yet they can be recognized as males and females by the generally accepted masculine or feminine color and clothing item. Hence, while binary notions of gender often remained intact in their normative forms, there were also other forms of representation which